Hi Beth Emmanuel kids, I hope you're doing well. If you're like me, you've been noticing that the weather has been getting hotter and hotter. So I thought I'd do an edible project to help you cool off. We're gonna make popsicles. I'm even gonna show you how to make popsicles if you don't have a popsicle maker. We'll get into that in a second. So we're gonna start with our first popsicle and our easiest popsicle. It's a juice pop. So here's what you'll need. You'll need probably at least 2 types of juices or a juice blend. For mine, I had orange juice and pineapple juice in the house, so that's what I'm using. But you can use anything. For example, if you had orange juice and mango in your house, that would be a great pairing, or even apple and grape juice would make a great juice pop. If you had a fruit punch or a different type of juice blend, you could probably just use that on its own. Either way, get creative with what you have at home. And to make the popsicle, this is for people who might not have a popsicle maker. You're going to use a cup, a popsicle stick, and some strain and tape, which I'll show you a little bit later. But right now, let's start in the juice. So all you do is you just take the juice that you want. However, oh boy, geez, I think that'll be going in the bloopers, right? Okay, you take the juice and put however much you want. I like to try to do about half and half. Oh, what the heck, let's just finish that off. So that way it's balancing the flavors. But you can do whatever you want. And if you wanted to get really creative, like if you had different colored juices, mine are both, like yellow, orange-ish. But if you had different colored juices, you could freeze a layer, wait, put the other layer in, and then you could get like a multicolored tie-dye pop, and that would be really fun. But, okay, as you can see, I've made my delicious juice pop base. I put my orange and pineapple together, right? I could probably give it a little swirl before, and this is how I'm going to make my pop. I'm going to use my cup, and I'm also going to be right back in a second after I get my tape and strain. Okay, I'm back. I have my supplies now, my tape and my strain. So here is what I recommend you do. So I would start by first taping one side of the strain to the side of the cup. So that way it'll be a little easier later on, and you'll see why. Otherwise, your hands might be a little too full. And by the way, kids, it's going to be best to make all these with mom and dad so they can help you with the tape and the strain, and also putting it in the freezer and whatnot. Alright, so then I'm going to take my strain pop and I'm going to, my strain pop. I'm going to wrap it a couple times around my popsicle without letting the strain get into the mixture. So again, kids, it's really good if you have mom to help you with this. So I'm going to try to get it in the center as much as possible, and then I'm going to tape it down on the other side. This is where it's good if you have 2 sets of hands. Hold on, we'll come back to that. Gotta fight with that tape. Oh boy. There you go. And almost there. Voila! You have your at-home popsicle maker. It's a little tentative, so again, mom and dad, this is best for you to carry this to the freezer just to make sure everything stays attached. I would go over the tape a couple times because you don't know how it's going to react in the freezer, but you should be pretty good, and that way it'll get you your popsicle stick fairly centered. Again, not perfect, but not bad for at home. And that's our first pop. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the freezer, and then I'll be right back to show you our second recipe. Alright, now that the first pop is in the freezer, I'm back with our second pop recipe. So this one is going to be a delicious pudding pop. All you're going to need is your favorite chocolate fudge pudding mix, or if you feel more adventurous, you can use whatever your favorite pudding flavor is. And I will be using my my popsicle kit to make this, but again, if you don't have a little popsicle maker like this, you can use the method I showed you with the juice pop. So I have already taken my my dry pudding mix, and I've mixed it for 2 minutes with my family uses cold half and half because we like it because it makes it a little more creamy, but you could just use 2 cups of cold milk, whatever milk your family uses and enjoys. So then all you have to do is just pour it into the the molds. I'm going to go slowly because I want to make sure they all get a fairly even amount. Alright, so again, the cool things about any of these recipes is that you can take it and make it your own. You can use whatever flavors you like, whatever you enjoy. It doesn't have to be chocolate pudding if you don't like chocolate pudding. There's so many flavors of that. Even with the next recipe and the last recipe, there's so many ways that you could adapt it to just use what you have in your house or to use your favorite flavors. So don't be afraid to experiment. Uh-oh, we got a little pudding overboard. We'll have to clean that up in a second. Almost there now. Got a little messy there at the end. Gonna try to tap that down. Okay. And we have a little left over. Okay, so I will probably make another popsicle this way. But in the meantime, I am going to put my little guys on here. This is a great thing about having a popsicle kit, doesn't cost a lot, easy to use, and this is going to go in the freezer, and then in a few hours we'll have some yummy fudgy pudding pops, and I'll be back in a second with our third and final recipe to help you cool off. Alright, it's time for our third pop, and it is going to be a fruit and cream pop. So what you'll need will be any type of whipped cream, whether it's homemade, in a spray can, or aerosol can, aerated can, I'm not sure what the term is for that, sorry. And then, or whether it's in a tub, however you have it in your house, whipped cream. And then you're going to need frozen fruit. So what I had in the house was mango and strawberries. So what I did with my frozen fruit is I took a cup of frozen fruit of each, because I was going to make 2 different flavors, and I just put it in the blender with some water, probably at least a cup. You just kind of keep adding water until it starts mixing and get like that smooth, thick consistency, kind of like a slushy or a smoothie. And just a helpful tip for the blender is when you first start with the fruit, use the ice setting, because again, it's frozen, so it helps break it up. And then you're just gonna go ahead and layer these, your fruit and your whipped cream in your cups to make your popsicles. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Again, you can use whatever you want or like. You could probably use any type of like berry that you want. You could use most frozen fruits too. Fruit goes really well with whipped cream, so you could probably use just about anything. So again, get creative with it and use whatever you have at home. Okay. So I put my first layer of fruit down, and then I'm going to follow that up with some whipped cream. Just trying to get that off there, hold on. Voila. Okay, and I am gonna go with my little popsicle stick, trying to spread the whipped cream out just a little bit, just so I get a more even layer before I put my next layer of fruit. And it's okay, they might mix together a little bit, which is completely fine. Again, as long as it tastes good in the end, we're happy. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep layering these, and we'll be right back in a minute with the finished product. Hi guys, so I finished layering my mango and strawberry cream pops, and now I'm just going to put them in the freezer. Just a quick note, with the pudding pops and with the fruit and cream pops that I have here, when you use the cup and the popsicle sticks, fortunately it's thick enough that you don't need the strain. So the only time you're going to need the strain just to keep the pop steady is with like using a juice type or more liquid type base. So that's it for the popsicle recipes. I'm just going to pop these in the freezer, and I'll come back one final time and we'll have a quick little chat. Alright, so we're back. All my pops are chilling in the freezer. So for the ones that you didn't make in a mold, you should be able just to cut the plastic cup and peel it off once it's fully frozen, but just make sure that it is completely solid before you try that. And that's it for the craft. But you know, as we talk about the warm weather and trying to cool off with sweet treats, it reminds me about being refreshed. Refreshed is kind of a fancy word, but you know, it's kind of like on a hot summer day, you're sweating, you're plotting, you've walked outside, you played or something, and you're so tired. You're like, oh, I think I'm gonna die, right? And then you take that first swig of cold water and you're like, whoa, I feel so much better. You know what? I don't wanna go inside yet. I wanna go back and play, because you feel refreshed, or you felt that your strength came back, that your energy came back. You felt so much better than you did before when you were feeling tired and just not very good. Then you felt good again because, again, that water gave you what you need. Well, God wants to refresh us. And I just want to encourage you guys that during this time, I know it's been so hard, and as a lot of you are entering into your summer break, just let God refresh you. Let Him give you rest. Let Him give you that fresh drink of water that you need. You know, Yeshua was the living water, and it's kind of funny to think of a person as being water. I know that can seem a little weird to us, but it's supposed to mean that just like water on a hot day, when you take it and you feel so much better, Yeshua is there to help make you feel better in the tough times in life, when you're out in the heat of life, when you know there's tough situations or you're struggling. Let Yeshua be that cool drink of water that refreshes you, that gives you rest, that gives you peace, that gives you hope. Alright, so just remember, Yeshua and God loves you so much, and He's there for you over the summer. So over the summer, make sure you take time to rest in Him and let Him speak to you. And me and all the other Junior Shabbat teachers love you so much. I'll be sure to be back with some more videos soon. I know that there was a little gap in the videos. That was because of the challenge and some other busy stuff going on in my own life. But I hope to increase my videos to 2 times a week over the summer, so that way you guys have a little more to keep you occupied and to give you more fun stuff to do. Love you so much, and I'll see you soon, hopefully on Shabbat. Bye!